can't make this shit up. This shit is crazy. Like, this big fat, Uncle Chunk ass nigga always happens. And when you see niggas come in the dorm initially and they doing extra shit trying to be the owner, oh yeah, you already know how it's gonna end for him. So yeah. So they be going by that shit. This nigga literally a servant. And then it's multiple times we done heard this nigga hollering. The next thing you know, you see that boy go lock down with that boy JT. And goddamn, he ain't hollering no more. Like, you don't hear hollering this shit no more. So I'm like, this badass nigga done turned into a whole girl. So one day, JT the twin get into him. Boy, nigga, I'm getting sick of your ass. Ooh, you ain't being a good bitch no more. You ain't being a good bitch no more. You don't do that little trick you used to do no more. I'm like, little trick? What the fuck these niggas got going on? So, he like, nigga, get your shit, go on the door, pack your motherfucking shit, nigga, pack it. He opened the blanket, pack your shit. You don't do that trick no more, pack your shit. This nigga twin turn around and say, bro, it hurt my neck when I do that. I'm like, oh, man. I'm like, yeah, man, go on. Buddy like, man, go on the door. Twin pack his shit up, go to the door. Police come get him, take him to the box. Oh, yeah. Like, this nigga just went down. He was one of them niggas on that where you from shit. He always putting on for his hood, putting on for his block. I'm like, wait till these niggas hear about this, because they gonna hear about it. Somebody gonna tell somebody where you know, where you from, what you got going on. Oh, man, you couldn't tell that nigga he wasn't big meats in his hood. But he was broke as a joke in chain gang. Listen.
Turns out if you've been in a car accident in the past year, they have to give you a huge check, and all you have to do is ask. No, seriously, I just got over $100,000 after being a passenger in a car accident that was a month ago. Listen.
Get your money, don't care who just stay out the way. Surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way. If you a gangster, killer or thug, stay out the way. Put your faith in the man above. Stay out to chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out to take it with your girl, but get hit in the club. Stay out the way. Lying on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way. Stand out the way. What you knew that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling gracious. Did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments. Get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You didn't try to do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes.
What's good, y'all? What's the word? What's going on? How everybody doing out there? Y'all already know what it is, man. We are back again, and it's time for the Thursday Bible. It's time for the Thursday banger, y'all. It's time for the Thursday banger, and I got one. I keep a banger at all times. But like I always say before I start my videos on, I have no problem delivering this content to everybody that's out there working hard, working a 9 to 5. Everybody that's out there with their own business, getting to that bag of legit money. I make sure y'all got something to listen to in the morning times, man. And I promise y'all, there's no problem on my end. I also have no problem making sure I'm warning y'all and telling y'all about how dangerous prison is. All I ask is one thing. That's for y'all to just stay out the way, man. That's it. That's all I want you to do, man. Stay out the way. And for real, man, it's not asking for a lot. I just don't want to see y'all go to the same place I was at, man. Like, the dude that already been locked up before they be watching my channel, like, y'all already know how it is in there, man. Like, even if you out here breaking the law, still trying to get past the best you can, I know it's rough working, man. Like, I'm telling you, man, anything beats going back to this place, man. Anything beats going back to that place. Like, and that's all I be trying to tell y'all, man. Like, it's bad out here, but anything beats going back to prison. It's worse than prison. You serve no purpose in prison. When you leave and you leave your family, man, behind, you serve no purpose after that, man. Now, you're going to try to start your own life in there and try to catch some motion in there the best way you can, but that's all you can do because you're out of touch once you get locked up, man. And that's all I be trying to do is just save y'all from that reality, man. So if you don't want to listen to me, it's up to y'all, man. But if you're staying out the way, you're living a great life, man. It's a great life. Everybody knows how this feels if you're really staying out the way, man. It's a great feeling to know that you have no problem with it. Like, I don't have a problem with the ops that are off, you know what I mean? So Like, I wake up good, feeling good every morning, man. I don't have any problems, man. I just want y'all to feel the same way. That's it, man. But y'all already know what it is, man. This is the Thursday night game. So I'm trying to my chest splash on this. That's it. Let's go. What? It's time for business. It's time for business, y'all. And the story I got for y'all today is called It's Playing Back for You. Part 1. Already in situation, crazy story. Y'all already know how to prison, like I always tell y'all, man. Anything goes, anything can happen. That's just how prison is, man. Sometimes you definitely don't know what's going to happen.
Why, hello, how you doing?
You'll see situations
How can I
that's
help?
crazy.
Okay,
man.
keep in touch.
I have seen a lot of situations that I witnessed that just crazy, man. Like, you have guys in there that are just, you know, they were trying to think they smarter than the next person, man, and make their situation better. And all the time, they don't always turn out that way, man. It turns out bad. But we have dudes that think they smarter than everybody in there, man. And sometimes things backfire, man. But with that being said, though, y'all, Lawrenceville for this, y'all. We on Lawrenceville. Back at Lawrenceville, 32. Listen, man, it's real. I'm at the point now in my bed, kind of like, you know, if it ain't about bullshit, if it ain't about a dollar, if it ain't about trying to make some money, so we can stay relevant in this country.
Hi.
Like,
What service are you looking for?
Okay,
I can deal with it. There, you'll have a minute.
Faster, man. It makes you have purpose about something. It gives you something to do. You know what I mean? If you got some bullshit going on, man. Like, it's like having your own little business in prison. So, like, that's what I chase, man. Like, so if it wasn't about that, at this particular time right here, man, I really didn't even talk about nothing, man. I didn't have to rap. You can be from my town, you can be a dude I knew from back in the day, you can be somebody I knew from prison since I've been big, you know what I mean? And we're all about the bullshit, man. I didn't even want to hear it, man. Like, it was to a point like that. And the reason why it was like that, man, because I was just at a time that I was really spoiled in the block, man. Like, for real, it was some dudes in there getting in. It was some dudes in there that was getting on. And for real, once they went down, that kind of put a damper on the camp. Because they took away a lot of the heavy hitters that this lady was bringing it back to. So, like, when all these people locked up and the lady gone and all that, it was like Lawrenceville came to like a slight drought on that side of y'all.
They got it. We're all good. LJT, logging out.
People have to run it down on the other side, stuff like that. So around this time right here, this is when I'm trying to really find my way of a situation. I'm just trying to make something better, man. I'm trying to put some money in my pocket, man. I'm trying to be relevant in this in the compound. Like I'm telling y'all, like this is around that time. So that's why my whole attitude was like, yo, you ain't really trying to get no bread, I don't want to hear it. So that's all me and my homeboys was trying to figure out a way to win. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to put it together. Everything was straight, man. So like I couldn't really put it together the way I wanted to, man, because for one, I had just lost a job. Now with me losing a job, that was crazy too at the same time, because that was like my second job that I lost right there. So I'm in hunts for another job, but it don't make sense to really find another job until I find some motion, because if you're not getting no money, you know what I mean? Like you gotta pay for your phone. I was one of those dudes. Like I'd rather have like a phone and I got something going on. You know what I mean? I don't have it, but I ain't got nothing going on. Like if I'm out looking for one, it's usually I got to play, you know what I mean? That's room on the side in the cut.
You're through to your garage. You need me to bring you a ride?
So I'm just trying to figure it out.
It's on the way.
It was just one dude in there, man. It was just one dude in there, man. I ain't even gonna say what city he was from. He was from Tyler, you know what I mean? He was from Tyler. We're gonna call this dude Nate. Now, Nate was a cool young boy. I ain't gonna lie, he was a little younger than me. Y'all know him by like about 30, you know what I mean, at this time. I'm saying about 30, 29, 30 around this time. He definitely was in his early 20s. But he was on the camp. He wasn't a red team member. He wasn't a blue team member. He wasn't none of them above. You know what I mean? And he used to always like to come around us and mess with the La. Now his city used to rock with him, but to a certain extent, they didn't really like, you know what I mean? Too much deal with him, too crazy. There weren't a lot of people for real from his city that was in my block at this particular moment anyway. But like, he just was a quiet, kind of like a fly dude. You know what I mean? He had a little swag to him and everything. Like, he just didn't have the resources to be who he wanted to be. Now you can tell who Nate wanted to be. Nate wanted to be one of those dudes that's a book of CEO.
Evil Knievel? Evil Knievel? I feel like Evil Knievel. Evil Knievel? I'm staring on these niggas. Evil Knievel? I feel like Evil Knievel. Staring on these niggas. Evil Knievel.
You know what I mean? But he just was one of those dudes that just was down on women so much, man. Like, I knew it was a matter of time before he strike. But even if he do strike, I looked at him like he don't got hustle in his bones. Like it don't look like he's a hustler to me. Man, everybody with the hustle once they see how hustling is when they come to Lawrenceville Penitentiary because they see it's easy. Like yo, I can get some work, I can sell it, dudes, give numbers, I get my people's. It's an easy process once you figure it out. So once people be like never hustle, they be finding out how you do it in Lawrenceville, dudes just try to do it. So I don't even watch for a while back when it was motion and outboard. But when he got out there, them dudes that just went down, I was telling y'all about was a plug. You know what I mean? He seen all that, so he knew the count because he used to spend money with them. He liked love.
Stand on you, no Birdman, Evil Knievel, straight Evil Knievel.
If he do strike, what was he gonna do with it? Nobody knew. I didn't know. But I used to always see him talk to this lady. Now, this lady he used to talk to, she used to work out building, or she'll work 40 building. She kind of used to be back and forth 30 to 40, you know what I mean? She'd be back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. She would work kind of any shift she wanted. You might see her in the day shift, you might see her doing double in the evening. Like, you wouldn't see her in the late night. You would see her probably in the morning or in the evening, you know what I mean? That's when you would see this lady. Man, we're going to call her Miss F. Miss F was slim. She probably was like 33. Like 33, 34 or something like that. You know what I mean? You can tell she had a little baby or something, you know what I mean? She had a little gut, a little small little gut. She had this look, you know, she ain't look green, but like she just look like one of those ladies that you already know she probably already booked. Like dudes be having women already up there with a little one, you don't be finding out till later on because man, women don't be lasting on Lawrenceville, man, like real talk, man. So like real, I didn't know this lady business. I wasn't inquiring about this lady business. I didn't know nothing about her. The only thing that she did is work out building. You know what I mean? So her working out building, you know what I mean? Like she'll be cool with it. Like I used to go to 229, shoot on my band on the block to the second, move around. She didn't care about none of that. So she was one of those type of, so she didn't care about the smell of the lava. She didn't care about dudes 229. She didn't care about none of the stuff. Everybody locked down when it was time to lock down. That's the only thing she cared about. So the whole time she used to work out building, all you would see is Nate down on the top. You know what I mean? Nate over there spitting, blah, 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 blah. He's spitting out of, I can remember my homeboy from the town, man. Like, for real, he had rock with Nate too, you know what I mean? And I remember he pulled up on Nate. He was just, he was like, what's up, Nate? He was like, look, man, what's up, man? What you go ahead and get him to bring it back? You always in her face. Because, see, Nate will pull up at the crib. He was kind of like bro man from the 5th floor as a young dude. Like, we'll be dumping off my homeboy room with the wine, got the la-la going around. And he'll come, hey, Weezy. I'm like, and he'll call my homeboy who just asking a question, and then we'll be like, what's up? He'll be like, hey, oh, y'all partying. Let me party, bro. I got a fancy, come on, let me party. Next thing you know, he up in the party, you know what I mean? We used to joke about him being kind of like big man from the 5th floor, how he used to crash the parties, man. But for real, homeboy was on it. He was like, yo, what's up, man? Get on the bring it back. You all in the face every day. So they was like, man, like, she'll do it, man. Like, I ain't scared to ask. Like, man, he was scared, man. So he done got a couple drinks and he feeling good. He done hit the lala. So now we like, yo, like, man, do it, man. Go see what you want. Go see what you want. Want to bring it back. Bro. So you got 500, bro. You know what I mean? So he like, man, so we done hyped him up. So he done had to drink, like I said, he done, like, he went to the sink. He poured some water in the cup. He drank the water. He got the water. You know, we drinking the wine, dumps from me. That joint won't help anyway. He got all the water. He was like, he went down the steps. Cool, listen, he was upstairs. He went down the steps.
In the last 2 years, we quadrupled our team. At the pace we're growing, I couldn't keep up without ZipRecruiter.
He seen her. She was right there by the brick wall. He was like, all you seen was this. He was like, she facing this way. He facing her like this. He like, I said, oh, we on the door. We like, everybody on the door like, look at Nate. Nate a maniac, man. So we like, spitting him. So he talked to her for a minute. So he finally come back up there. When he finally come back up to the room, he like, and some other dudes in there too. Me and my man, he was like, she ain't trying to do that, man. She ain't trying to do that. But that's my baby, though. Yeah, that's my baby, though. Like, Nate, that ain't your baby. That was your baby. Do something. He was like, what? Man, I'm telling you, man, it's my baby. I looked at him like, man, for real, I ain't say I didn't believe him. But all I knew is, man, like, he didn't come back up there saying the magic words. She gonna bring that back to me, y'all, so boom. That's what I wanted to hear, man. Like, everything else was, like, that was a blur, because I was buzzing. You know what I mean? We up there partying, I was buzzing at the time, so time went by, I finally pulled up with me and my band. Probably about a week later, he pulled up with me and my band. He's like, yo, man, look, man, go around to you. Like, wait, man, sit down. So we sit down and tell you, like, what's up? We thought he about to tell us he beefing with somebody. He like, man, look, I can get her though, bro. He was like, she like me. He was like, man, she like me, man. real, she like, bro, like, bro, it's just one problem. I'm like, what? He was like, hey, Weezy, you have off the lala? He was like, you good off the lala? I was like, yeah, we just finished the lala. What's up, though? He like, I know you want to burn bogey. I know you want a bogey. I was like, you got a bogey? He was like, so you want. I was like, all right, sit on more. So what's close? We go up to such like this. I'm like, he got a bogey. I ain't had no bogey. I'm like, he got the bogey game. You know, the subs in the corner, walking my city. Son was in there, little kid, hey, so, but, you know, top rap. That mean, going to jump. You're like, he pointed at my son with his head, you're like, okay, sell it. Hey, look, let me get the wrong right fast, man. I was like, it's gonna be, I ain't gonna be about 30 minutes, man. He was like, you good. He jumped down, he slid, you know what I mean? When he slid, they was like, they went in his pocket, pull out the Cadillac 100s. He pulled out a pack of Newport 100s, the long joints. The pack was super long. I'm like, bro, you walk around with the pack, bro? He was like, yeah, you know, like, stole me a cigarette. He was like, like, man, when you get these jobs from me, like, when you think, I told you she my baby. I was like, oh, word? Like, yeah. Like, man, look, that's what I was saying. He was like, man, like, she around with me, man. Like, she just scared, dude. I'm like, scared of what? He like, man, don't say nothing about this, bro. Cause he was like, nobody know. I'm like, when he said that, I'm like, I wasn't expecting him to say what he was about to say. I'm gonna say that. You know what I mean? But like, I didn't know where this was going. He like, don't say nothing. I'm like, he brought him cigarettes. We want the real package. Like, what's the problem with that? That's like, I wanted to cut to the chase to that. What's up with the real package? Should we get the love on game? That's what I really wanted, you know what I mean? But I let him finish the story. Like, man, look. Man, she fucked with the dude down there in the red team. 40 billion. I was like, who? I'm calling this dude Blaze. He was like, the dude Blaze. I was such and such. I'm like, oh. The dude he talking about Blaze, he's not from Norfolk. He was from Tidewater, though, but he was one of those red team members, kind of quiet. You know what I mean? He got his respect. You know what I mean? Going around like quietly, probably getting to the bang. Like it made sense the way he moved. This all made sense. This lady, she ain't hot or nothing. So she talking goddamn little baby, I guess. But it all started making sense to me. Like, oh, word. I'm like, oh yeah. He like, yeah. He like, oh, she full Blaze. She like, yeah, she full Blaze. He like, but she like me too though. You know what I mean? She like, man, she stuck in between the middle. Like, but she can't just leave him out back. She already started everything with him. So I'm like, what the we doing with him? I'm super nosy now. Y'all like, what you be doing with him? He like, man, she been bringing him up. I'm like, for real, bro? He like, yeah. She bring a lot. And, you know, she brought me these. So I'm pretty sure she gave me these too. But she gave me these. Just, you know, just look at how look at they. I'm like, bro, for real, man? He like, yeah. He's like, man, but real, man. Like, she like, you know, man, she just, you know, she telling me everything about the dude Blaze. She like she think Blaze just like, she don't agree with him being in the red team. Like, she like everything and love everything about him. She just don't think that he's on the red team. So I'm like, yo, that's not gonna change, bro. Look like he's never leaving his team. Like, his team is set for life. He's not gonna be nobody that's gonna dip on the red team. You know what I mean? Like, this is what he do. So I'm like, dang, that's crazy. Like, yeah, bro. He like, man, I done tried to holler at him, bro. I told him I would give her $1,000 each. Like, I just threw that number out there just to see if she'll bite. I ain't got no bite. I just wanted to see if she was gonna bite. I said, man, she still clapping. He was like, yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead. This Newport. He like, that's like, you got to deliver. Yeah, dude for the red team Blaze down there in your way. So I look at bro, like, yo, bro, that shit, bro, out of his hand. You know what I mean? Like, you can't do nothing about her already in a situation with a dude. She's already in a situation with a dude. Like, that's how it be, man. Like, y'all gotta understand, like, this is how prison operates, man. Like, you have a compound, you know what I mean? The compound, I'm gonna speak for Lawrenceville. You have a compound. The compound has two sides of the yard. It has two sides. It has the north side and the south side. I'm on the north side. 30, 40, 50 building. That's 3 buildings. They got 3 pods in it, man. That hold over 80 inmates, man. So that's how many people in each building. So that's how many people is on one side of the yard. The same center for the other side. The other side of the yard is 60, 70, 80 building. The same routine. Same amount of people, same amount of pods, man. So if a lady comes to work, Like, she might get bagged at 60 billion. You know what I mean? But she might end up doing her doubles because they all chasing the money and doing overtime just like anybody else with a regular job. When they do their doubles or whatever, they extras or overtime, whatever you want to call it, she might be in 30 billion. So she might get booked over there too. So she gonna have a couple of dudes. That's just how it go. I have seen this several times since I've been with Lawrenceville. A female CEO with a couple of boobs. You know what I mean? Like it be like that. That's how messy it can get. It can get real messy because these dudes don't know nothing, no better than some. They gotta try to fight each other over this lady, y'all.
Guys, someone just got $200,000 for their car accident settlement by calling Top Dog. I'm gonna share my car accident story in under 30 seconds and how I got my life-changing settlement. I got rear-ended and started having some bad pain from this whiplash. So I ended up calling my insurance company. They made me an offer, but it really wasn't that great. I started doing some research and learned that some insurance companies try to pay.
That's how it always turned out. Like dudes don't ever think about like, we need to work together and like let's just keep winning. No, dudes get all the way super territorial when it comes to that, and they trash. They don't even think like, if I work together with this dude, because this girl is not even our girl. That she robbing him when he in 60 building. She robbing me when she in my building. But when she go home, she messing with Jody. You know what I mean? So like at the end of the day, like she's neither one of our girls. I never ever, y'all, out my whole being, even with Sussex too, when I first got in prison, I never seen dudes work together when it comes to a situation like this. Every time it's a situation like this, dudes trying to destroy each other, man. So like my homeboy kind of throwing those thoughts into Nate's head, and like I was gonna holler at him about that, right? But I'm just waiting for Nate kind of like, you know what I mean? So Nate like, man, look, I'm about to I don't want nobody to know I got these kind of laps. My homeboy was like, you want me to pump it for you? He was like, yeah. Tell dude you want $10 a stick. You know, look, he gave him 10 junks. He gave him 10 junks. You know, he gave us one. He had one, and you know what I mean? So he got 3. So he had like 7 long joints. He had like 7 Cadillacs left to himself. So the homie was like, all right, I got you. So we all left out. You know what I mean? So we left out the room and shit, talking. I was standing down there like, I'm really thinking like, damn, like that shit crazy. Like he right there to get in the package. Like right there. You know what I mean? Like the lady, I see him talking to the lady.
I'm on the clock. What you want? Some wheels?
At the end of the day, she got a whole other dude, man.
I'll get there as soon as I can.
I'm worried about Nate because I don't want Nate to get tagged up into to the red team stuff. Like, I don't want to get tagged up to the red team stuff, man. But he still got to be careful, man. Like, Nate never been in a situation like this, man. So I'm going out there probably jump on everything was going smooth. So I don't know who that found out. Something that happened when we was coming back to lunch the next day. Man. It's my word.
Hey boss, what can I do for you?
The red team members.
Cool, totally. Let me see what we have.
The red team members in our building, blah, blah, blah. I'm not worried about nothing. I know my man not. You know what I mean? But we get to walking. As we get to walking, you see the red team member. He from Norfolk. He knew my man, but he knew me. He didn't know me like that. We knew each other and would speak, but he didn't know me like that. He knew my
Okay,
man.
Wayne, look. Looks like there's a cache of weapons getting shipped via the docks right now. Small crew, minimal security, taking candy from a lightly armed baby, boss. Get it back to the club and we're done.
She got him up. You know what I mean? So after he gave back who I was at, I'm like, he said, you have to say you got some kind of, I thought that's what he said. I'm like, why he asked you that? He was like, oh, I thought he was trying to buy something. I'm like, oh, no. So we started getting close to 30 billion. You know what I mean? Get 30 billion walking the joint. You see, they kind of lingering right there still, so CO made them leave. You know what I mean? CO made them dip. We got wrecked with them anyway. So we all sat by the door. And I saw this. I said, bro, again. When he finished making the plug at the door, I'm like, hey, look, how you think, bro? What you ask you about that? He was like, man, I don't know, that joint was suspicious, don't even think about it. So he's saying that, and they walked up, they was like, who's suspicious? He was like, yo, the red team members, bro, got something that he had Cadillacs. He said, he was like, which red team members? Oh, who was he? Like, oh, he people Blades. Yeah, it's Blades, homie. I'm like, for real, man? He was like, yeah. So we showed this brush it off. You know what I mean? Like, it ain't a whole lot we can do. Ain't a whole lot we can do, so we brush it off, gang. You know what I mean? They said, stand by outside. Stand by outside, bro. Get ready. I mean, everybody get their stuff together, parent on you with a pod. Exit for rent. Go outside. You know what I mean? We go outside. They got a sporting building, like, the yard get bootleg because you can just linger and just get on the yard, you know what I mean? So when we about to come on the yard, we see dudes lingering. We see them get on the yard and we come on down to the gate open. They went on and got me y'all. We going to y'all. Like, look, it was the red team members. So I went on, went about my business this way, talking to my homeboy, away by the fence, by the school, screaming the fence, all of the man on the side of y'all, but saying, you know what I mean?
I can't do shit in peace,
to the school
bro.
building over there, like on that side. So I'm in the front part where our building is at. As I come around, the man get my attention. The one that's on the Cadillacs, he like, so I see him like, over there, he got close to the corner. So I'm like, what's up, man? What I do around the day, man? So I look, they got a fence like this. They got us back to the fence. It's like the red team, it was like right there.
When it comes to selecting a wireless provider, you should never have to settle for less. With Ultra Mobile, you get everything you need to connect to your world at an affordable price. Like nationwide 5G on the T-Mobile network, free calling to 90+ international destinations, and more of your favorite features. Connect to your world without compromise for as low as $10 a month. Go to ultramobile.com for our best deals.
I'm actually blown away with the results. His breath is not only not bad, it's pretty fresh.
It's all this, you know what I mean? So like, it didn't look dangerous. It didn't look like they was like on some BS with it, but like they had them like, you know what I mean? They had them in the trunk like that. So like, damn, so like, yo, I tell the bro, like, I ain't finna let them bank, bro, man. Like, man, I ain't going down like that. He like down, right? But look, they get crazy going over there. They like, but they ain't gonna do nothing, no. I'm like, man, we gonna see some things on to. I mean, rappers over with. They talking about what your rappers over with. So we do. We catch Nate when we get back in the building. He get back to the building. We get in the building, I see Nate on him, so you like, man. Yo, man, he was like, I was scared to death. I'm like, he was scared like that, man. You can't beat those tools, man. He was a big man, he was shooting. Weezy, I ain't up there fighting. I'm like, what he say, man? He like, man, he say, man, I ain't no I'm messing with myself. Man, I mean, he was like, she bring him the cigarettes. That's when he said I was his shit. I said, what you say? He was like, man, I told him this and bring me that shit. Hey, I don't know, he wasn't, but I'm like, damn, right, that was the right thing to say, bro. I'm like, I don't need to that shit. He like, man, niggas, I told him, bro, I got all that on my bitch, see that. He said, this nigga asked me who's my home. He said, man, I asked that nigga who was your home. He said, he didn't want to say nothing. Then he like, man, look, I ain't worried about them niggas though, man, but they think this because they got all the numbers and all that shit. You know what I mean? He was like, man, this has to be happening, that's what be in this joke. Like, maybe they just got so long. We see this be out, come up, man. Damn, man, I'm like, it's like for real, little man, like, I ain't trying to knock nobody hustle, man. Like, we got a point, though, like for real, like, back then, like, I told you, like,
get your punk ass back, boy.
The clock just got told. So, like, for real, if somebody else could feel that point, man, there's a lot of money to be made, y'all. I ain't even gonna lie, man. My joint started going like Scrooge McDuck. I seen money signs, y'all, so cool. Hell. I see y'all doing, look, we got a bachelor round table, man. I see y'all that shit. So my homeboy, like, that was, man, I'm like, look, bro, for real, man. I said, bro, you just gotta take the joint. I said, bro, this is money sauce, bro. I said, bro, I can get $300. How much money you can get? He was like, man, I can get about $200. It's $500. So we get $500, bro. I said, bro, give him $500, bro. Tell the goddamn you give him $500, man. See what shit to do, man. On that shit, bro, like, it's enough for everybody. Like I wasn't trying to do a relationship, but I was like, still, like, my man got him too. Like, she can be bad about two people. I seen this happen. The people that just got too long, this was what's going on. This lady had to do it and everything. You know what I mean? So I have seen shit like this work out. So I'm looking at it as a fucking prison business, man. And I'm like, yo, everybody can eat me. Everybody can eat. So I'm like, yo, man, sleep that fast. See, bro, let's make a play. That might be me. Like, see what's going on. He like, I'm like, your mom. So like, man, so Bob over around, that's like, it was kind of like the red team members, they watching, bro, you know what I mean? So we had red team members, you know what I mean? I see them, they watching, bro. They watching, bro. Also, like, every time I look up, they watching this every move. You know what I mean? So I see it, I bet it. And I'm like, yo, I tell my man, I'm like, yo, Hey, look, go see him, lady, lady, you should come in the bar. I said, because this nigga's watching. You know what I mean? So there was a couple of red team members, a couple of these particular red team members was in the dude, believe sick. You know what I mean? So, yo, tell him, go put up on lady. You know what I mean? She cleaned his joint. So, go with him. What's the name of the hit game? They're gonna play, they
Hey, how can I help? Okay, I can deal with it. There, you'll have a minute.
Went back and said, hey, listen, dude, the red team was watching you, bro. I'm like, they watching you, bro. I said, look, I'm that hood, they call him child. I said, when they call him child, that's what let me shoot your shot. Let her know my best shit, you know what I mean? He's like, So, that whole lady, I was like, I ain't going to, you know what I mean? I'm going to do the movements. So, I didn't see how he played it. I didn't see how, you know what I mean? I gave him the count what you're supposed to do. I told him, you know what I mean? All I know is this. And then I got back. He come back with the child. You can hear the noise of the child. He come back with the child. The door open up. I come out, I look. I see everybody rushing back in. I see my man, like, hey, who's that? So I see a whole controversy. I see a red team coming in and out. I'm the suspect. You know, what's up? He's like, man, that's why we're in the shirt to fight nigga, the child. I'm like, what is that? Before, bro, we were like, man, look. What's up? They're like, what's up? What's up? I'm trying to like, no, what's up, man? Oh, man, that's a fair one. Like, I'm trying to fair one. That's what I'm trying to do.
Man, come on, bro. Come on, bro. I'll shoot the fuck out of you for that, bro.
But they gotta be a man, because this is what comes with this life. If you want to be a dude that's sitting around all day talking to female CEOs, man, that's the other side.
Man, come on. What the fuck, man?
So you gotta have a backbone some type of way, man, because everybody I have seen in prison and mess with these ladies, man, that don't have backbones and never works out food, y'all, so cool.
University of People actually was, I think, critical in me getting my first job. It introduces you to topics that you didn't really think that you would need. They really just help round out your education and your knowledge.
Best part of my experience as young people is
it always turns out crazy, man. So right there, right here, like, we got us back. Ain't nobody gonna ban you, bro. But you gotta fight, man. You gotta fight. I look down, you was like, niggas like, ain't no reason. I'm like, nah, bro, listen, bro, you gotta fight, bro. You gotta fight, bro. What's up, bro? You gotta fight. You gotta fight, bro. Dude's missing. What's up? Like, y'all like, they say you trying to fight, dude, bro. So we gotta fight. You like, yeah, you gotta fight, man. The hell you ain't trying to fight, niggas like,
did all that for that little shit.
They said, they said, one of them was like, he was in one of them jumps downstairs. Like, as soon as you commit, you go ahead and say, like, go ahead, bro. Yeah, play that shit out. But you know, this shit, right, go get your shit together. Oh, he gonna fight. Yeah, he gonna fight. He gonna fight, bro. What do you mean? You gonna fight all the slugs. They all in there. You going for red team? Yeah. Yeah, no wait on this. Yeah. I ass nigga. Yeah, I have to wait on this shit. Man, fuck. I'm like, damn, I need that. I know they do each other. You know what I mean? He like, oh, fuckers. Yo, sign it up. Me and that joke, they and that joke taking this swing. I was like, boss, you can see me. He's like, hey, this that shit on the way. All right, you ready? Niggas come to the door. That nigga on the look. They niggas in the left like, that shit be look right. He's like, Spark, you open the door, boy. You won't go finish up for red team. I started looking, I'm like, man, dude, when I say dude was all over me ass, man, he was all over me, man. It was like this. He was like, every time they just said, he was like, yeah.
This is Johan Blair. That's cool, thanks.
You know, I see Nate feet there. Oh, he slammed the shot in there. I was like, oh shit. All right, man. That's it, y'all. That's it, man. That's it right there, man. Come on, man. He was like, fuck, we don't get that. Yeah, that's it. You got it. And he was like, man, just fall down. I'm like, damn, man, fuck. He was tipped out. He's saying this shit. I'm going to do that. He was shaking his head. I'm like, damn, niggas got drugs. See you like, man. He like, man, I'm just hating on me, bro. I don't even go see that to the lady right now. Right. It's just blood and sweat, but the motherfuckers just hating on me. It's motherfucker hating on me. I was like, bro, what the fuck? I said, this is all we talk to the lady, bro. He was like, yeah, bro. He was like, man, see? She said, that's the part about him. She was like, he just ain't that gang shit. She said, that's what he kept spitting out. Bro, yo, bro, wash your mouth out, bro. I was thinking, there you go. He was, I saw this man, I'm like, damn, oh, like, man, I'm so bad. But you gotta be a man, y'all. This is one-on-one combat right here, man. Whether you win or lose, like, you stand up for yourself, man. That's how this shit go in penitentiary, man. So, like that's the type of inspiration I'm trying to pump into his blood cells. You know what I mean? He go to there, he like, hey, crazy, weed, man.
Today, make sure we do that. And don't know if it's quite so simple as that, because if he's not going to get on this next year, he's almost certainly going to be at either LSU or Florida. In both those programs right now, he's standing around waiting with bated breath about Kiffin, whether or not he'll take their job, or if he's going to stay out of this, or when this announcement might come down. That is 3 different SEC teams wrapped up in all of that. But then beyond that, you've got this. Auburn and Arkansas also have coaching openings right now. That's Steve Sarkisian, the Texas coach this week, have to come out and say, hey, I've got no plans of being anywhere next year. All these rumors you've heard about me, rumors that we've covered on this show, all these rumors you've heard about me, they're not true at all. I'm not going anywhere. I'm still going to be the Texas coach next year. In addition to that, you've got Eli Drinkwitz at Missouri in the midst of a good season. If it does not take either the Florida job or the LSU job, there's some reason to believe that Eli Drinkwitz could be a legitimate candidate for one of those jobs. And so he may be leaving Missouri. Go along with that, on the other end of the happiness spectrum, you've got teams like Texas A&M and Oklahoma trying to make the college football playoffs. You can literally look at almost every spot in the SEC and say they're either hoping to make the playoff or they're maybe going to fire their coach or maybe going to have their coach leave. And that's before you even get into, as a narrow favorite on Saturday, what happens if Tennessee loses to Florida? What are the Tennessee fan viewpoint going to be of Josh Heupel at that point? Or with Alabama trying to battle Auburn in the Iron Bowl coming up next Saturday, what happens if Kalen DeBoer misses the playoff, an expanded playoff, which is theoretically supposed to be easier to make, for a second straight year after replacing Nick Saban? What happens at Alabama? There is chaos, in other words, in every spot in the SEC, or the potential for chaos, if not downright drama, downright chaos. And boy, I tell you, it certainly seems like Georgia is just tiptoeing through the tulips right now. And we mentioned this briefly yesterday. just moving around this, navigating all of this very easily at the moment. If you're a Georgia fan, you shouldn't miss that. Now, we also know this, Kirby Smart has said this, that for Georgia, you can't get too big for your britches. You can't get, too full of yourself. That humility is always just 1 week away. And obviously, Georgia next week is going to play a very important game against Georgia Tech. And Georgia Tech's got that game circled. And, of course, last year, Georgia had a very quick exit from the college football playoff. It does not want that again this year. Of course, all of that's true. And, there's still reason to believe that things may get hard for Georgia before the year is done. But right now, Georgia is just in a much better situation than almost anybody else in the SEC is. And we're not the only one who's noticing this. I saw where Peter Burns from the SEC Network also made mention of this too on social media, on his X platform account yesterday. He talked about with everything going on in the SEC, and I'll read this to you. He says, meanwhile, Georgia fans are seeing their program rounding into shape for a playoff run with a Heisman-type quarterback, knowing their head coach isn't going anywhere. And
we've hired one of our rivals.
I love to think about that. And it's kind of nice that someone like Peter Burns takes time to notice that, especially after last week. Peter Burns wasn't exactly in our good graces for all the stuff that he said about Texas. Now, it would seem to be that Burns is giving Georgia the credit it deserves, so we enjoy that. And we enjoyed that tweet because, yes, for us, it's time of gratitude. We do have a lot to be thankful for. There is no coaching drama in Georgia. Georgia right now, we don't think is trying to grasp and hold on to expand playoff hopes. We think that Georgia has their own claim to the playoff spot or overwhelmingly likely to be in the upcoming postseason. You won't really good about that. And Georgia, in this month of November, as you head towards the postseason, as Burns also rightly points out, seemingly playing its best football here on both sides of the ball. How could you not think that after a 35-10 domination of Texas here this past week? All of this is so true that Kirby Smart on the SEC coaches teleconference was asked about the coaches changing jobs, who might be looking to go here, who might be looking to go there. Kirby Smart, and we should really take him at his word when he says this, says he doesn't have time to pay attention to any of this. If anything, he just laughed the whole thing off. This is sarcastic Kirby at his best. This is from yesterday.
You're asking me to comment on something that I wouldn't be the expert on. I don't want to be the expert on, and I don't have room in my head to consume that information and process. To each his own.
And I think I speak on behalf of every single Georgia fan when I say, boy, I'm glad Kirby Smart's not the expert on that. And as Peter Burns said, I'm glad there's no time in the foreseeable future when Kirby Smart will be the expert on that. Kirby's not going anywhere. He seems to love Georgia. Georgia certainly seems to love him. And all is right. I'm not going anywhere. So with that said, I want to shift to this here today. In the commentary we just had with Peter Burns, he talked about Georgia playing its best football, take potential playoff spots, and almost having this locked away. He asked himself, why is it, how is it, Georgia's got to that point? One of the things that we think we see is that some guys who began the season before the experience, guys who began the season before that's just not exactly quite so sure how good they really were, how good they really were going to be. I've seen reason to believe that those players are running the ball, and they're certainly showing improvement as you get into the regular season, most crucial month, November. I mean, you actually head towards the eventual postseason for Georgia, whatever that looks like, the SEC championship, football playoff, whatever else along the way. Dr. David Bellamy, some about this yesterday, guys like K.D. Johnson, guys like Gabe Harris, just seem to be improving. Georgia seems the defense seems to be getting better, but cause it. And another name I think is worth mentioning here is cornerback DeMello Jones. Jones, like his freshman season in Georgia, he battled injury some this year. But shaking off that injury, DeMello Jones seemingly gave Georgia a lot against Texas on Saturday. Not just in pass coverage, but also the physicality too. Kirby Smart talked about a lot. We played these clips for you after beating Texas, tracing it back to Georgia's willingness to hit people as to why it was Georgia was able to win that game. Well, one of the things that we know is that Georgia that's not just lines and scrimmage that are providing the physical play and putting the big hits on guys, big blocks, big tackles. It's also happening at the cornerback spot too. Mello Jones embodies the physicality Georgia wants to be all about. And one day when Kirby Smart met the media, he talked about that element of Melo's game and exactly how it is that has come to full fruition as much as it has for Georgia this season. Good stuff from Kirby going back to Monday on his second-year cornerback to Mello Jones.
So it creates value for him, it creates value for the team. We have what we want to be a tough physical team, and how can you be that if you don't have players that are willing to stick their base in there and tackle? He was that way in high school, he was that way in basketball, and that way competitively all his life he's done it. So it doesn't surprise me that he's that way. He buys into that culture of toughness and showed it the other night.
As you hear Kirby Smart say that there's also, I think, a really cool combination here. The 10-year Kirby Smart is old. But Kirby Smart has cycled through several eras plays, several senior classes, and more guys that have just moved on to the NFL. I think we can celebrate some of those guys on Saturday for this year's senior day, no doubt. I'll go on Instagram for something like that, but we'll talk about that for tomorrow. But as you see these great eras for the football players, guys who have contributed to national championships for Georgia, guys on the very high NFL draft picks, you see another generation of players who looks to embody what former great players in this Smart era have been able to do. We just have a lot more of that now because Kirby Smart's been here for a while. In the early days of Kirby Smart, the former players who were aspiring to greatness, they thought about their time previously in Georgia. They were thinking about guys that were coached by Mark Richt, and there were many obviously good ones who came up with Richt here. But now Kirby's been here long enough that time has gone by so fast. And someone like Kirby, more like Mello Jones, that people like him just like that. You got a chance to hear from him. He did very much just that.
Hey, what's up? Oh, how can I help? Okay, going dark. You've got 1 minute.
So, had a chance to hear from Kamari last year. Well, now Kamari's going to be a terrific player for the Texans. Very nice round pick for that organization after helping Georgia some great things while the team. And this week, Mello Jones says when he thinks about the kind of player he wants to be, he thinks about Kamari last year. Mello said that Kamari last year will be the kind of player that he aspires. This is really good stuff for him this week with Mello Jones on the impact that Kamari last year had on him, both how he played the game and also a little bit of what Kamari last year said too to Mello Jones. I really like this.
I still say it's funny. See what the things he did here and the success that he got, and it's still happening at the next level. So I have no comments of what he did.
Did you ever had a conversation with Kamari after that? Maybe he did it, he didn't.
He said he's working on balls.
Yeah.
But it's it coming from him. It means a lot to me that he just even cared to take time out of his day to say anything to me and just giving me more confidence. It's been helping me build. It's been coming. Thank you for that.
It has been said before that one of the most important things about something that's going on value and compound interest, that would be the best money time over time. That's to grow more than fall more than almost anybody else can understand it. Oftentimes it seems like as you get a little older, you have a better understanding of that than you do when you're young. It actually benefits you the most. Investing money when you're very young turns into a much larger sum over time. You wait till later, you miss out on some of the compound interest that could accrue for you. Well, I think a football team works the same way. That success begins for success, and oftentimes even larger measure later on than those who help create that on the front end. Well, Kamari last undoubtedly was one of the players that helped build the foundation of success that Georgia's still enjoying right now. Guys like Mello Jones say, yeah, I'll be like Kamari last gradually encouraged me to be the very best football player I can be. And There are a lot of guys who think like that, embody what good, tough, physical, smart football looks like, and next generation of players say, yeah, you better believe I want to be just like that. In fact, this week, Kirby Smart, the SEC coach of teleconference, was asked, how often does that happen? Guys like Mark, it's like Donald Jones or other players who are successful in the same manner that Lannister has. How much of this encouragement, instruction, how much of these relationships do get formed? Kirby Smart was asked about that this week.
I know that there's a brotherhood there, and Kamari's a guy that came back a lot. He was around the spring that he was going to the draft. He came to every practice. If I'm not mistaken, I think Melo had maybe just gotten here, but he's a great kid.
We got what we need.
He appreciates the guys who played here before him. All our kids do, but to say how often it happens, I don't know. Those guys, they come back to games. They get to know the younger players, and with social media the way it is nowadays, everybody knows everybody.
There's a neat aspect to what Kirby Smart is saying there that can almost go unnoticed. In other words, Lassiter helping DeMello Jones to the extent that's happened, or other players do it.
All right.
This isn't set up by the Georgia coach. If it was, Kirby would know exactly how long it would take place. He'd say, oh, yeah, we set up phone calls for so-and-so to talk to so-and-so, we do this, we do that. Kirby Smart's not aware of how frequently it happens because this is happening without the influence of him or the other sources in the coach. This is just Kamari doing it because he wants to. Or DeMello reaching out to Kamari because he'd just like to have a conversation.
You need something, huh? One of your rides? Let me know.
Discussion.
I'll bring it to you.
Discussion that coaches don't have to facilitate. That's a pretty special thing with the Georgia program overall, I would say. And to bring this back to where we started earlier, Peter Burns says, oh, Kirby's not going anywhere. Georgia's just sailing through the season. There's chaos everywhere, but Georgia's not a participant in that. And some of the stuff you're hearing DeMello Jones say and others say about DeMello is one of the reasons why. That Kirby's just been here long enough. The program is only at a level that most programs can't ever get to because they don't have the ability to maintain continuity. So either the coach they hire is not good enough, therefore they're going to fire him, or the coach they do have, they don't have enough to offer him, therefore he's looking to leave. Well, either one of those things is true in Georgia. Georgia's got all the resources that you want. Kirby's the kind of leader that Georgia will hold on to forever. So therefore, he's afraid that a moment ago, compound interest of year over year, time over time, just continues to improve. And now, as a Georgia fan, you do get to think about, well, what if DeMello Jones really is the next Kamara? Or another player in a different position?
Let's see that. That fair for they making.
That's one of those things that's a little bit easy to imagine, but it's not just a figment of your imagination. It's the kind of thing that very much can come true, because there are aspects of the Georgia program culture that you see replicate themselves through the decade, even if the names themselves start to change. And the way in which Georgia goes about its business right now, their confidence and comfort Kirby Smart seems to have with these players really does feel like things that he loved about the previous era of bodies. In fact, let me give you an example of DeMello Jones said, "Oh, you like Kamari?" And DeMello Jones says, "Yeah, Kamari Lassiter's helped me be at least a little bit encouragement, the kind of player I want to be." And Kirby's own confidence of DeMello lead us to believe that that really is working out. Well, what exactly would that mean if DeMello Jones? Well, like an Ellis Ross is another guy. It's not just about. Well, what would it mean exactly if DeMello Jones would be the next in line, like what had come on last year? Let's go back in time on this for a moment. When Kamari Lassiter's initiated when Kamari Lassiter and and yet he still chose to play with somebody new for Georgia in the ball game against Florida State. The game before the 163-3, there was really no talk about whether or not Georgia would win. They set a bowl record for Washington. And yet Kamari still wasn't there with his teammates, still wanted to play. At the time, in Miami, Kirby Smart talked about exactly what that said about Marty Lasker. In order that Smart throughout last, and I think reinforced one of the things that makes Georgia, very, as I can tell today. Let's go back to time. Kirby Smart. Marty Lasker had a 1-2 grade, or second round grade, and Kamari had to make a tough decision.
What's up, pal? No problem. I'll scramble the signal for 1 minute.
You should go out for the draft. That's fine. You want the top fours in the draft? You've got to make that decision. Okay, that's one decision. And the second decision is you got to decide who wins this bowl game. I don't know that you got a lot of game in this bowl game, Kamari, but I do know who you are. And I do know how you practice. And I do know how you lead. But I'm not going to be disappointed in anything you decide. He came back about 3 or 4 days later, and I met with him in his mom and talked to him, and fully expected him not to win in this game. Come over 2 days later, said, Coach, I can't do it. I can't do it. Sit down and over there, Coach.
Damn, I hate doing shit like that,
I want to be
bro.
out there. I mean, he did it against his mother's will, to be honest. I don't know that. But I think he did it against his mother's will because that's who he is. So all these teams that go shopping, this dude right here wants to play football. That's all he cares about is playing football with his teammates. He ain't worried about the next thing and all that and all that. He's out to play football. And he played football at the University of Georgia. And he did it when he didn't have to do it. That's what's different at this place.
Oh, aircraft. Why the fuck this though, bro?
Thank you so much, Coach Smart. So let me sum all this up this way. And you want to know what about the bag, let me sell that. Someone like DeMello Jones saying, oh yeah, I'm going to play. That is a very good player in Kirby Smart work and how to bring that in. And given the stuff we've seen from a guy like DeMello Jones, it certainly seems like it's quite possible that he and a lot of other young players on the defense right now are well on their way to the next version of what these former great players want. My name's Brandon Adams, and this is Dog Nation Daily podcast for Bulldogs fans, presented today by Mary Wendell Dog. We are glad you're with us. However, you get to us live on video on demand after that. Since you don't
Yeah, damn, bro.
subscribe to us, give us a like, help us further our mission there on YouTube. We really appreciate that. Listen to radio, Sports Radio 960 Rapid. Thank you for that.